I am fortunate, I think, that I was able to work security for a while and get that real world experience. I wouldn't do it again.
How long did
It
you do
was,
it?
we did it for like two years, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And we did it in Mount Vernon, Illinois, Mount Vernon, Illinois was the murder capital of Illinois for a while. We actually were above Chicago. There's a lot of drug trafficking. There's a lot of sex trafficking in Mount Vernon because we're the crossroads town. And I worked at the biggest bar in Mount Vernon. And it's not that it was like 24/7 fucking go, but I got in a lot of fights that I didn't want to get in those fights. And, I just take my experience from those situations where the thing is too is I'm an outlier because I'm fully trained in a lot of different shit. I've been doing judo since I was 13. I've been doing Muay Thai since I was 16. Lived in a jiu-jitsu gym for 10 years. And I'm also decorated in competition, so I'm ready to go hard. And I've done MMA fights. I won a title fight for my last MMA fight. So it's like I I won all my street fights, if you can call it a win, but it's like I took damage. I got hurt. I had
Yeah.
fucking weird shit happen. I got punched in the back of the neck by girls while I was subduing their boyfriend. I had fucking people I almost got soccer kicked unconscious, and my little brother suplexed the guy right as his boot was coming at me. We fought guys that were bigger than us. I fought a fucking guy who had genuine giant's disease. He looked like the guy from Princess Bride.
Oh, jeez.
Seriously. And like I was like he was really nice and I was lucky because I double legged him and I scraped my knee to the bone taking him down because I was wearing shorts like a moron, which is another thing we can talk about. You just learn little things like don't wear shorts.
Yeah.
And as soon as I took him down, he was like, Wiltse, I'm done. I don't want any of that gay jiu-jitsu shit, dog. It's like, oh, you're done? Thank God. Because I don't know what to do next. Your neck's so big I can't choke you. It wouldn't work.
I remember, and again, I mean, I'm old. I'm almost 51. So, but I remember when UFC was about 10 years old and getting very popular, and I was saying stuff like, guys, just doing the double leg takedown or doing the wrestling type takedowns, with your knee on the ground and so on.
It
Um,
hurts.
it
It
it,
hurts
it
a
hurts
lot.
because they were looking at me like in Sancho. If you do a single or double leg takedown, you put a knee on the ground. The maximum point you can get is one. If you can do it with only your feet touching the ground, you get 3 points. So we would do our takedowns differently. And I like, I prefer my takedown if I want to do it somewhere on concrete or pavement or whatever, because I don't want to fuck up my knees.
No,
The fight might be over for me then.
I learned to respect hard surfaces seriously. Like there were times we bumped into tables and the
Yep.
corner of the table fucked me up, or times where I was mounting someone and they bucked and then I brought my knee back down on the concrete. And I'm like, that fucking hurts the next day. So it's
It-
just the reality of real fighting is
yep.
just different than people think. You can be as good as you can possibly be at something. I was in really, really, really crazy good shape when I was bouncing and I was fucking good. And I still got fucking hurt basically every single fight. So it's like if you're just a white or blue belt with delusions of grandeur that barely does stand up and you're just not going to come out of that fight the way you think you're going to, you may win technically, but you're fucked up. You're going to be
Yeah.
fucked up.
Uh, I'm having you say that because back then, when I said that kind of stuff, I got a lot of pushback from especially the BJJ and grappling crowd. And like, yeah, but you're pretending as if everywhere you're gonna fight is gonna be glass, broken glass all over the floor, and this and that. I'm like, no, it doesn't even have to be glass. Just a hard floor is plenty to mess you up. You get slammed or just a basic, osotogari, just a big outward reaping throw from judo. Do that one on a hard floor, and the guy lands on the floor. See what happens to him. He's not gonna slap the floor like you do in the
No,
dojo.
no.
It's not gonna happen. He's gonna be messed up if you do it right.
My coach Heath Pedigo, I actually got the saying from him that the ground is undefeated. It just doesn't lose.
Yeah. Well, there's a crap. I forget who it was. I think I know it was, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to quote him. But he said that I can hit you with my fist, or I can hit you with the earth. The earth is bigger, so I'll hit you with that, and it tends to work better. Um, I've seen guys just falling to the floor, falling badly, and getting messed up and not being able to continue, as opposed to being thrown there. So
Yeah.
it
No,
doesn't take
people
much.
don't realize that you could win the fight but go to jail forever.
Yeah.
Like, here's a bad story. It was an accident on my part, but I choked a guy one time, and he had just assaulted a gay guy purely because the guy was gay. So I was upset, and when I kicked his knees out, and I choked him, and I drug him outside, and I just let go. The guy fucking fell and bounced his head on the concrete. It's like I was just like, as soon as I let go of him, I was like, oh, that's bad. And the guy fell in slow motion. And I couldn't stop him from fucking hitting his head. And he was okay afterwards, but that was the kind of thing that could potentially put me in prison, and that was the kind of thing that could get me sued. If you punch someone and they fall and bounce their head in the concrete, people die.